really buy from me? Is my business idea worth the time and effort? So this is why in this video, I'll show you how to test your idea in the fastest way possible to really prevent you from sacrificing your time on like a big failed launch and a ton of wasted time that you could have otherwise spent with your family or your friends, right? We want to be very time efficient. So instead of starting a business and developing a product and then selling your idea, I really have the ultimate shortcut for you. How about you sell first before you develop a product? If you are a perfectionist like I am, then you might be thinking, I can't really sell something I haven't developed yet. That seems like fraud. AKA, that was me. But here's the thing. It actually is going to save you so much time in the long run. I had an idea of Side Hustle School, and I didn't even create a sales page. I like literally just sent out emails about like what this is gonna be like and that people can be part of this. And I generated $14,000 in 4 months with Side Hustle School and basically with a founding launch. I didn't even call it Side Hustle School. I called it like membership or something. Really terrible. So a product I almost didn't even sell because I thought I don't even have time to create a sales page. Like no one's gonna buy from me. So if I can do this, so can you. And there's no better feeling than selling a product that people love and like also co-developing it with them. Let me give you the exact blueprint to decrease the chances of you failing in your side hustle. So step number 1, define a problem. And I kid you not, this is the most important thing. Identify a problem someone's actually willing to pay for, and that either you have solved in the past or you helped others solve it. So if you don't know what problem you solve and who you want to solve it for, and you don't know the desired outcome that your ideal customer wants, it's gonna be impossible to create anything, like let alone a sales page. So the clearer there is a before the struggle and the after the desired outcome, the more likely you're going to sell if your product is the bridge between those two things. Let me give you an example. For instance, you could help like new moms lose weight, right? So the before could be they can't fit into their jeans anymore after they had the baby. And the after is they lost weight and they fit back into the jeans that they had before they had the kid. Or another one could be, let's say, you are really good when it comes to night photography and you get a lot of compliments from your friends and they're like, oh, I wish I could have like the same skills as you do. Like I would love to like create night photography, right? So the before could be you struggle with creating photography and all your images are blurry. And the after could be you create really stunning, like long exposure night photography. So there's the before and the after, and your product is the bridge between those two. Okay, then step number 2 is figure out if this is a real problem by talking to your ideal customers. I'm always shocked when I read your comments and you're like, I created this ebook and it's awesome. And then it doesn't sell. And then it's like, oh, you've never talked to your customer? Invite them for coffee. I mean, literally. And if you need support in finding like the right questions of like what to even ask them, like make sure to check out my Side Hustle Playbook. Like I literally have questions in there that you can ask your ideal customer. And I will make sure to add a link below this video. But most importantly, you know, what I always suggest is create a survey. So instead of asking, you know, would you pay for this product? Because you will never get an honest answer ever. Do it like this way. On a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 being very important, how important is it for you to solve this problem? Very different, right? So like slightly different, but it really gives you a good answer because if it's at 8 to 10, then you're good to go. If it's not, then you gotta drill deeper and really figure out what is a problem that your ideal customer is willing to pay for. Okay, and then step number 3, define your niche. So in the beginning, you are not the expert. Ta-da! I know, doesn't sound good, but it's good actually, even if you don't think so, because you just need to be a few steps ahead of your ideal customer. So one of the things I noticed is the farther you are from your customer, the more difficult it is going to relate. Right? Let's say instead of doing weight loss where imposter syndrome hits you really hard, why don't you do weight loss for new moms between the ages of 28 and 35 in the UK? So that way you're like niching down and it seems way more manageable, right? I would say. And here's the beauty too. The more you actually niche down, the more confident you will feel. So Rory Vaden, who's a personal branding guru, he always says that you're best positioned to serve the person you once were. So who were you 3 to 5 years ago? If you're still struggling to really figure out, what is the problem and you feel like, I don't know what my niche is, make sure to check out my niche masterclass. I will make sure to put a link in the description down below. Open it in a new tab so that you can watch it when you finish this video. And I literally give you 5 guiding questions on how to find your niche the easy way. And I've heard from some followers that this has been like super helpful. So definitely check it out. Okay, then step number 4, build fans. Okay, you can have the best product, but if no one sees it, what's the point? You can do 2 things. You can either use your money or you can use your time to grow an audience. And I really want to drive this home. You can use your money to run ads, or if you want to be more cost effective, you gotta pay with your time to build an audience. There are no other ways around it. Either it's time or it's money. That's it. Okay, and then step number 5, fall in love with your customers. So really figure out what keeps them up at night. Send out Google surveys. Like if you really want to get a really good sample survey, again, check out the link to my side hustle playbook in the description down below. I have like amazing questions that you can ask to like effectively really figure out what are their biggest desires, what have they tried before and failed. This is just so key. And I really want to drive this home because as long as you run a business, your success is directly correlated with the quality of relationships you build with your customers. So don't ever forget this. Okay, next up is step number 6, which is create valuable content. So once you figure out the pain points, and if you know me, I collect them all in my pain point library in a mirror board. So literally like word by word, whenever I get like a struggle, I copy paste it. And then what I do is I create valuable content for free around this topic. So I don't hold anything back because as Alex Hormozi loves to say, always make your free stuff better than your competitors' paid stuff. What I can tell you, because I've coached a lot of different entrepreneurs, the difference between a really failed launch and a super successful launch is all determined by the time spent on creating deep relationships with your customers. That's it. Like if you have 0 sales, you didn't do it. You didn't build the relationships, right? And this is why I really want you to obsess with them and talk to them. And please don't skip over the step. If you have a failed launch, I can guarantee you it's mostly because of that. So really obsess with your customers and their problems. The other thing I can also highly recommend is start sending out just a weekly personalized newsletter, providing really valuable tips and insights. And that will really help build a stronger relationship with your customer because you can like really direct the communication. Whereas like on Instagram, when you post something, you don't know if your ideal customer is gonna see it. However, when you send an email, you know it's gonna land in their inbox. Maybe in their spam folder, but it will land there. And fun fact, we still haven't built a product yet. Have you noticed? Okay, but now, step number 7, build for fit. So if you're new to business, consider really giving your first product away for free. So post on social media, stating that you're working on solving this problem and that you're looking for 10 volunteers to basically get results that you will provide for free. So who's interested? What you can also do if you say, Fabi, like for free, no, like I don't want to do this. You can also ask for a small amount of money or like give 50% off. But when you start out, the most important things again is to get feedback from your customer, and it is to determine if your product can deliver results. So in tech, this is called a beta group, and I would really highly recommend like focusing all your attention in the beginning on coaching them, getting them results for free, and then in return, get testimonials. Because if you don't have social proof, good luck selling anything. After all, you don't really buy products on Amazon without any reviews, right? Of course not. Who does? So get feedback from them, gather testimonials, and most importantly, ensure that you deliver results. And then tweak your product all the way until you deliver results. Okay, now it's time to make some serious money. Because here's the other thing too. If you don't make money in your side hustle is just an expensive hobby. So let's make some money. Step number 8, you will build a funnel. So now it's really time to build a funnel, aka a sales page. So if you need a sample sales page, like take a look at the one I posted in the description below. Oh, and then here's the other thing I really want to drive home. Never sell anything before you post for at least 30 days really valuable content before you launch. Like, this is really, really key. And so then how do you sell your product? Like, you can literally just create a Stripe payment link to test your idea. And I have an entire tutorial on how to set up a Stripe account and a Stripe payment link. And you literally can just send a Stripe payment link for one-on-one coaching, for instance. It's so easy to do. If you want to know like how to structure a sales page, I have a video about this as well. I will make sure to put it in the description below this video so you can study it. It's really, really good, and it's actually one of my most popular videos. Now, if you say, Fabi, I didn't sell anything, but I followed all your advice, there could be some factors at play. Number 1, you didn't actually find the right problem that someone's willing to pay for. So that could happen. Don't worry, happened to me before too. The other piece is you're not spending enough time on building an audience, right? Or the other piece could be you're not using the right copy. So the words that you basically use on the sales page are not correct. Or it could be that your testimonials are not results oriented. So that's a really big one as well. When it comes to copy, I just want to really quickly say that when I went to Russell Brunson's high-end coaching program, I think one of the biggest pieces is that he always says there are 3 things to really keep in mind. Like, if you don't sell: the hook, the story, the offer. The hook is usually the title. The story is like the origin story. What was your problem before, right? So you relate with your customer and what did you get in terms of results. And then the offer is basically the offer stack. So you can see it here in Side Hustle School. This is my offer stack. You can really see here kind of like what the offer stack is all about. When you also create an offer stack, it becomes harder to compare your offer to your competitors, and that's what makes it so unique. This is it. As you've seen, there's a lot of trial and error involved along the way, and it could be sometimes a little bit demotivating, but it's very normal when you're an entrepreneur, and that's why it's so key to have support. So if you're interested to have support while you're building your 6-figure business without giving up your 6-figure income, then make sure to check out Side Hustle School. I literally review your sales pages like 101. I keep you accountable and motivated, and along with just like such an amazing community who are all really just interested in creating personal and financial freedom. So if you're interested in this, make sure to get on the wait list. I can't wait to see you inside. And if you want to learn a little bit more on how to create passive income and what different multiple revenue streams you can create, make sure to check out these videos next.